In 2003, the world was told the United States invaded Iraq because of nuclear weapons. But what if the real reason was something buried under the desert? Something that wasn't made on Earth? In early 2003, the entire world was focused on one thing: the United States preparing to invade Iraq. Governments and news channels repeating the same explanation again and again, that Iraq supposedly possessed nuclear and chemical weapons capable of threatening the world. But behind closed doors, inside a highly classified section of the Pentagon, another conversation was happening. A conversation so secret that only a handful of officials and scientists were aware of it. Because according to a series of intelligence reports, the reason Iraq had suddenly become so important might not have been nuclear weapons at all, but something far stranger. Something that had first been discovered more than a decade earlier. During the chaos of the 1991 Gulf War, when coalition forces were bombing Iraqi military installations across the desert, and one particular bunker deep in the western desert was accidentally destroyed by a missile strike, revealing an underground chamber that had never appeared on any map. When a small reconnaissance unit entered the damaged bunker, expecting to find hidden weapons stockpiles, they instead discovered a massive metallic structure embedded in the rock beneath the facility. The object looked ancient, yet impossibly advanced. Its smooth black surface was covered in strange geometric markings that no linguist or archaeologist could identify. It was not made from any metal known to modern industry, and its shape resembled a gigantic circular ring partially buried in the earth, like a doorway leading nowhere. The soldiers initially believed it was some kind of secret Iraqi experimental device, but when scientists later analyzed fragments from the outer surface, they discovered something disturbing. The alloy contained elements arranged in a molecular pattern never before seen on Earth, and radiocarbon tests on surrounding materials suggested the structure had been buried there for over 12,000 years, far older than any civilization capable of creating advanced technology. The discovery was immediately classified and transported under heavy military security to a covert research facility in Nevada, where a program later nicknamed Project Silent Star began studying the artifact in secret. For years, researchers attempted to understand its purpose, and while many experiments failed, one test produced a shocking result when a powerful electromagnetic pulse was directed toward the ring, causing the interior of the structure to briefly glow with a deep blue light and emit a low vibration that shook the entire laboratory. Sensors recorded an energy output far beyond that of a nuclear reactor, yet the device had no visible power source and appeared completely dormant afterward, as if it had only responded for a split second before shutting itself down again. Scientists debated whether the object might be some kind of alien communication gateway or an ancient machine left behind by visitors long before human civilization began. But the most alarming discovery came in late 2002 when newly upgraded American reconnaissance satellites began scanning the Iraqi desert in preparation for possible military operations, and analysts detected a strange repeating energy signal coming from an archaeological region near the ruins of ancient Sumerian cities along the Euphrates River. The signal pattern was identical to the brief energy spike recorded from the mysterious ring years earlier, meaning the artifact found during the Gulf War was not unique. There were others buried somewhere beneath Iraq. This revelation triggered urgent meetings inside the Pentagon because intelligence agencies feared that if Saddam Hussein's regime discovered or accidentally activated one of these ancient devices, the results could be unpredictable and potentially catastrophic. Some theorists believed the structures were not weapons at all, but gateways, capable of opening temporary spatial distortions, while others warned they might contain an energy core, powerful enough to destabilize entire regions if misused. Whatever their true purpose, the possibility of such technology falling into the wrong hands was considered an unacceptable risk. So when the invasion of Iraq officially began in March 2003, alongside the well-known military campaign, a hidden operation quietly moved forward in the background. A specialized black operations team composed of military engineers, intelligence officers, and civilian scientists entered the country under complete secrecy. Their vehicles carried no markings, and their orders were simple but classified at the highest level. Locate the ancient energy source detected by satellites and secure it before anyone else could reach it. After days of traveling through empty desert, the team arrived at a remote excavation site surrounded by half-collapsed ruins that archaeologists had previously identified as part of an ancient Sumerian temple complex dedicated to mysterious sky gods, described in clay tablets thousands of years old. According to those tablets, the temple had once been considered a gateway between the heavens and the earth, where beings of light descended from the stars. Most historians dismissed the stories as mythology, but what the team found beneath the ruins made them question everything. Using ground radar, they detected a huge circular structure, buried deep under layers of stone and sand, and when excavation equipment finally exposed its surface, the soldiers realized they were looking at something almost identical to the artifact discovered years earlier, except this one was much larger and partially connected to a network of smaller metallic pillars arranged in a precise geometric pattern around it. The formation resembled an enormous machine sleeping under the desert for thousands of years. As night fell, the team prepared to extract samples, but before they could begin, the ground suddenly trembled and the ring's interior began to glow, faintly with the same deep blue light recorded during the Nevada experiment. Sensors on the scientists' equipment started displaying rapidly increasing energy readings, suggesting the structure was somehow activating on its own. No one understood why. Perhaps the excavation had triggered it, or perhaps something else had awakened after centuries of silence. The air filled with a strange humming sound, and for a moment, the glowing center of the ring appeared to distort, like rippling water, revealing what looked like a dark void beyond it, as if the device was opening a window into somewhere far away. Soldiers stepped back in shock while cameras recorded everything, and the lead scientist whispered that if the readings were correct, the machine was producing gravitational fluctuations similar to theoretical wormholes predicted by advanced physics models. Then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the glow faded and the desert returned to silence, leaving the team staring at the ancient structure in disbelief. Whatever this technology was, it clearly had the potential to manipulate energy on a scale humanity barely understood. The artifact was quickly sealed and transported to a secure military facility before dawn, and the entire operation was erased from official records. Publicly, the war continued to be debated around the world, with arguments about politics, oil, and weapons of mass destruction dominating headlines. But the existence of the buried alien-like machines beneath Iraq remained one of the most closely guarded secrets in modern history. Years later, a retired engineer who had briefly worked with Project Silent Star reportedly claimed that the ring recovered in 2003 was successfully activated again during a controlled experiment, and that for exactly 3 seconds the interior of the structure displayed what looked like a distant star field moving rapidly, as if the device had opened a path across space itself. According to him, the experiment was immediately shut down, and all further testing was halted after unidentified signals began appearing on monitoring equipment, suggesting something on the other side might have detected the activation. The official report labeled the anomaly as interference and ordered the facility sealed. But the engineer ended his story with a chilling statement, saying that if those machines truly were ancient gateways left behind by extraterrestrial visitors, then humanity might have unknowingly sent a signal back into the cosmos in 2003. A signal telling whoever built them that after 12,000 years, the technology beneath the Iraqi desert had finally been switched on again.